everyone. My name is Divya, and I've been teaching IELTS for more than 8 years now. Today, I am here with my custom roadmap to learning English. There are 8 easy steps for you to follow. So, without any further ado, let's start. All right. So, I hope you can see my roadmap to learning English. I call it my DIY way, which means that you do not need any coach or any coaching for now, and it works for every kind of English exam, whether it is IELTS, CELP, TOEFL, PTE. This works. And not just for exams, it also works in real life application, like in real life when you're learning just English. This roadmap works. All right, let's see. So the first step is mindset. Mindset is very important, not just for learning English, but whenever you start learning any new thing, any new skill, anything, your mindset should be in the right place. You have to remember that English or any language is not equivalent to how intelligent you are. It is not a status symbol and it has nothing to be afraid of. Basically, learning English or any language is a skill, Languages are means of communications. They are tools that you learn, you acquire by practicing. It's just like any other skill you learn, for example, driving, swimming, or anything. So you have to stop being scared of English and you have to start using it in your daily life. Now, step 2 is make your environment English friendly. You might have heard me saying this a lot, and I'm going to say it again. If you are planning to acquire any new skill, whether it is language or it is anything, you have to make your environment accordingly. So let's say if you want to lose 10 kgs, will you be able to lose it if you are going out, partying, drinking, eating junk? No. How will you lose your weight? You start losing weight when you start going to gym, you work on your diet, you surround yourself with people who are into fitness, you take guidance, and that is all about setting the right environment. And that is the same thing that applies on learning English. So, what you need to do is, it is very simple, it is very stupid, but it's a very, very effective strategy. Start watching Disney movies, any cartoon movie, kids' movies, anything which is simple and has a moral story behind it, because they are created keeping children in mind. So children means they are very beginner friendly. They have simple vocabulary, but they have correct vocabulary. Pronunciation, the enunciation, dialogues, the expressions are sweet and simple and very easy to understand. This is a multi-dimensional approach, which means it improves your listening, it improves your vocabulary, it improves your communication, it gives you phrases, idioms, expressions. It also gives you a lot of stories to talk about. For example, there is a common cue card about a film you like. So, your content is right there. Some of the great movies to start with is Bambi, Kung Fu Panda, The Lion King, Frozen, and there are so many more Disney movies. Once you get hooked on them, you will enjoy them. This multi-dimensional approach will make learning English seamless. You won't even realize that you've started understanding English. You've started learning new words. You started expressing yourself in English. So that is your most important step right there. Moving on. How to watch these movies. Watch these with closed captions. You don't have to learn anything. Don't try to learn script or don't try to remember every word they say, but pick up. Start picking up on words you like. For example, you hear a word which is called fabulous. You're like, fabulous sounds good. So you just pick that. You don't have to pick the entire story out of it. That's it. And you don't even have to memorize it. Pick a word, try to find its meaning, and see how you can use it. Step 3. Speak daily with AI. Now, this is interesting and a little unconventional, but highly useful. AI is all over the world. So, why not use it? It's free and it can help you with speaking practice a lot. So, what you have to do is pretty easy. You do not need a human partner to practice English. That is a thought which keeps you, you know, which stops you actually from practicing it. Use ChatGPT, use Claude, Gemini, any kind of AI tool which has voice mode, which means you speak to it, it speaks back to you. And almost all of them have that, and they are free enough for you to practice every day. Whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to search, let's say you want to search a restaurant near you, make it a practice. You do it on a speak mode, and the AI talks back to you. Okay? And how you can specifically use it for your speaking is you can use this prompt, which is right on your screen. You can just simply tell the AI tool that I want to improve my English fluency. Talk to me naturally. Don't overcorrect me. Focus on communication. If I make important mistakes, suggest better alternatives after I finish. That's it. That's your prompt right there. So you save it, use it, and trust me, this will become fun. Initially, you might feel like you're just talking to your phone, but it'll become fun for. So stop learning random vocabulary or random words. Start learning ideas, which means pick one topic. For example, you can pick a topic on environment, transportation, economy, education, social media. Research about it. Research on Google, research on AI. I'm emphasizing on AI for a reason because it makes your search easy. So use it to your best advantage. Now, there are 4 steps, or I would say 4-point framework that you can use to research on each topic. So, for example, if you've picked up a topic, let's say environment, so you have to find out the meaning, like what is environment? Okay. Then look for its global impact, like how environment is being affected globally, what is the effect to the world. Okay. Then narrow it down to your local areas like your country, your city, your personal life. And the 4th thing that you have to look for is you have to create an opinion about it. Like after reading all of it, what do you think about environment? And you must add some example onto it. So if you use these 4 steps to research one topic a day and study about it in a span of 1 month, you will have so many ideas. You will not even realize that you are full of ideas and everything is just flowing out of your mouth and you don't have to even think and pause and think about it. No, you will be just on it. You will have so many things to talk about and speaking English will become so natural for you. Step 5, reverse reading technique. Now, this might sound a little odd to you, but this is my favorite and best technique that is proven, and I use it with all my students, specifically those who are beginners or those who have taken so many attempts and are stuck at a score point. This technique is very, very, very easy. All you have to do is you don't have to solve any reading test. Yes, don't solve anything. When you have reading in front of you, just get the answer key, mark your answers right there, and go backwards. For example, you're doing yes, no, not given. Let's say question 1 is a yes, question 2 is a not given, yeah, question 3 is a no. So mark it. After marking it, then go back to your passage and see if this is yes, what information is there that is making it yes. If it's a no, why it's a no. If it's a not given, what is missing? And do not forget to keep a dictionary with you or have your phone handy so that you can Google, because understanding the meanings, you might have to search word meanings online or in a dictionary. Okay. Now, what reverse reading trains? It basically trains your brain to understand the logic behind the question. It's not a hack. It's not a trick. It's logic, it's training your mind. It helps you understand how the reading questions are framed and how the answers are connected. If you try to understand it, you are just reverse engineering reading. Okay? And as an adult, as a mature brain, this is the best technique to follow. Because learning hacks or tricks might work for you, might not always work, and you will end up getting frustrated because it will not always work. And why? Why is that? Because English is a language. It is not mathematics or science that you can learn some formulas or some tricks or some numbers and it will help. It will not. English is a language. Again, language has to be decoded. Language has to be understood. So, doing it in a reverse manner helps you decode. Like, why is it so? Why? When you understand the why, after solving like 3 or 4 reading test papers in a reverse manner, when you sit for a reading test, you will see the difference yourself. You will come back to me and tell me that it worked because it does. Step 6 is reverse listening technique. Now, the same principle applies on listening and how you do it. There are reading transcripts at the back of the book, whichever you are using for practicing. Every Cambridge book has it. Now, your job is to keep that transcript in front of you, put on headphones, play the audios, and have the answer key with you as well. So, match the answer key to your transcripts, not your questions, and see what expression, what particular point, what particular indication ended up getting this answer. This is again reverse engineering. So you are again going back and checking, okay, if the answer is, let's say, $96, why $96? They're also mentioning $40. They're also mentioning $10. Maybe I'm giving you a random example. You will be able to figure out like, okay, it had this near it, or it had this expression, or it had this pause, or it had this connecting word, it had whatever. So you will basically be able to figure out the identifiers, like where the answer came from. Okay. Why this reverse technique works? It works because this is cognitive and metacognitive, which means it engages your brain and logic. So it trains your brain to decode stuff. You become a detective basically. Rather than guessing and learning and memorizing, you start understanding and you start making sense of it. So you cannot always rely on tricks or hacks or shortcuts, right? But you can always rely on your brain and you can always rely on logic. And that is why these techniques work. Step 7, record yourself. From day 1, when you have decided that you're going to learn English, record yourself. Pick a random cue card or a random topic and just start recording yourself. No script is required. No answer is required. Don't Google for answers. No. Just record. Whatever comes to your mind, record it. Then save it. Now, when you will compare your recordings versus week 1 versus week 2 versus month 1, month 2, month 3, you will find a huge difference. You won't even recognize who is speaking. You'll feel like, oh my God, I have come so far. That will boost your confidence. That right there is going to help you improve every day. There is a psychology behind recording. When you record yourself, you might not realize at that time that, what you're saying. But when you go back and hear it, that gives you a clear picture of how you're speaking, how you're pronouncing, what your accent looks like. And when you compare your progress over days, over months, then that is where you get a confidence boost, motivation to keep going. And that is all. Step 8, study writing. Okay, you have to study, but you have to study selectively. How? Writing is the only area you see where you have to actually directly study and practice, because It depends on your speed of writing, handwriting, so many other factors as well. So you cannot get done with writing without actually practicing it. And what you have to keep in mind here is you have to study smart. You have to study strategically. You don't have to focus on everything, but there are a few things you have to focus on. Basically, two most important things. First one is sentence formation or sentence structure, which means learn simple sentences, compound sentences, complex sentences, and specifically focus on compound and complex sentences because they help you to express ideas, connect ideas, develop ideas, and say them in a manner that they sound like a well knitted story. They are coherent, they are cohesive, and that's what you need for your IELTS. The focus point two is paragraph construction. So once you have understood how to make compound and complex sentences, it is very easy to create a paragraph. You have to have the topic in mind. You have to have explanation about it. You can add more examples using connecting words, and you can link your ideas like idea one and idea two. That's it. That right there is a strong paragraph, which equals to a strong essay. I do have a daily writing exercise to recommend. For writing an effective essay, first go and read some sample answers online. Whichever topic you're picking up, at least one, I usually recommend up to three. Read three different answers. You don't have to learn anything. Just see what ideas are used, what arguments are used, what examples are used. Then you can always make it in your own language. You will have so much from memory, which you can organize as per your opinion. Now, my final message. English is not intelligence. English is not your personality. It is not a status symbol either. English is a skill. It is a tool. And the more you use it, the better you will become at it. So start using English to your advantage. If you would like copy of this PDF, you can email me at the email in the description box. It is hello@altruistlanguagehub.com and I will email it to you. So I will see you in the next video. All the best and happy learning!